It might be a long video. Probably shouldn't be, but that's the way it might turn out. Anyway, on the Blocked channel, I guess, Gratex made a video, so I'll respond to it. And he made some comments too, which is just, the whole thing is just very curious. So might as well go through some of this crap. I don't even know if this part is worth it, but if for any reason people get to the state of mind of thinking that I am not arguing the arguments, then make any given amendum argument and I will present a refutation of it, or a link to a previous video where I have done so. Well, that's pretty ludicrous and funny, since you haven't refuted anything in any of my videos ever. All you've made is false accusations, like you did in your last video. Remember your last video where you claimed the anti-natalists want to exterminate people or kill people or force people to die in some way, when all they're talking about is reproduction, and you just couldn't get that? You couldn't get that simple distinction? Yeah, that's not called refuting an argument. That's called distorting and perverting an argument. Unless I agree with his opinion, of course. The key word in all of that is opinion, something which Amendum claims everyone who disagrees with him has, yet deems himself to possess the unbiased objective truth. I'm going to argue that I'm arguing, generally speaking, what I would hope to be as objective a truth as possible. There's no real point in arguing anything or discussing anything or having any kind of conversation in any other kind of atmosphere but one where you're attempting to describe reality and attempting to do so in some sort of honest, unbiased way. So, I'll say that I make an effort to be unbiased. Computer rendering a video, it doesn't like it. It's too much processing. But anyway, hopefully it won't crash. Just shut up. Take it. Fucker, come on, you can take it. Maybe I'll leave the door open, give it a little more air. Come on, you can take it. It's not that much work. Oh, it's the light. Yeah, if I pull the light out, that'll help. Yeah, plug it in over here or something. Yeah. That should work. Alright, anyway, sorry for the distraction. Yeah, I have to fix the problem. Stupid me. On that issue alone. And only on that issue. So anyway, let's go further here. Ever disagree the unbiased truth, which he then uses to bludgeon everyone with until they lose the will to argue with him. Well, whatever. I can't do anything about your will or your endurance or any of that crap. So you're going to argue that that somehow it's a character defect, or somehow somebody should be maligned if they're willing to sit there and keep making an argument with people to try to find out where the disagreement is. And once it's isolated, though, it should be understood. I mean, if somebody's essentially, in effect, defending drunk driving, which defending reproduction is essentially doing, once you've isolated it and defined it and described it accurately, and the other person is not accepting this simple truth that they are arrogantly imposing. Now, they can defend their imposition. They could say, I have a right to impose, I have a reason to impose, this is the reason, this is the rationale. But to deny the imposition is nonsense. It's an imposition. There's lots of arguments like that. And you're going to sit there and ridicule somebody because they're willing to sit there and keep fighting until they find the little kernel of crap that's in the way. Yeah, I don't think that's a character flaw. Fuck you. Amendum lacks the ability to listen to the detail of which critics are saying because he relates to them as someone who is either stupid or evil. Well, whatever. I mean, that's not how I first described them. Like look at me and the modern mystic. We got along fine for a long time. And then he started making this argument that somehow suffering doesn't matter. That it really doesn't matter whether a little Nairobi kid right now is smashing rocks for 12 hours a day. That life is just fucking fine. And yeah, that's my opinion. When you justify little orphan kids
working 12 hours a day smashing rocks, and call that okay in some way. Yeah, you have now either become too stupid to be bothered with or too evil to be bothered with. So does not invest any energy in attempting to understand them. Well, why should I? I don't need to understand them. All I have to understand is their argument and counter it. And that's what I fucking do, you stupid putz. But merely to try to trip them up in front of his perceived audience. No. Again, the fact that there is an audience is something I'll acknowledge. I mean, I'm aware of that fact. But the point is for me, the competition is to help truth win. I'm fighting for something. I'm in the war for something. All right? I mean, I'm fighting for what I consider to be the truth. That's the thing. I'm not fighting for me. I'm not some general who's going to go have tea later. All right? I get into the trench and I fight for something. Again, you want to malign that? Fuck you. I ashamedly have been naive enough to believe some of Mendham's mischaracterizations in the past about YouTubers who I have come to see as incredibly more insightful. Now, see right here, this would have been great if you would have given us a list of those people. So who are you talking about? Professor Gibberish? What? I mean, again, give us a list of who are these people that I have somehow mischaracterized that you see are insightful, empathetic, and honest than Mendham. So they're both more insightful, more empathetic, and more honest. So could you give me that list, please? I mean, in fairness, just so people can judge your how you define these words: insightful, empathetic, and honest. And Mendham has claimed that comments are irrelevant, yet he spends hours blocking people. Yeah, well, I'm saying they're irrelevant to the videos, often. That's what I've said. I haven't said, if I said they were irrelevant, like they just totally don't mean anything and they're totally ignorable and they don't fuck with you and they don't fuck with your video content, well, then there wouldn't be an argument. Why would I bother blocking anybody? I wouldn't bother. They're not irrelevant to my video. They're irrelevant to the conversation. They're irrelevant to the subject in, 80% of the cases. I've suggested simple changes to YouTube, instead of an up, down, like, dislike button, that there just be a hi Gary, love ya button, some silly thing so the person who just wants to say support, they could have just even the word support, great video, have a little great video button, then people could just press the stupid button instead of making a comment. And likewise on the verse, okay, people who have to say I hate you and I hate your video, give them a little button to press and get it over with, and then there won't have to be any of this comment crap. But I'm not going to accept discourtesy, okay? In my opinion, the comment section is on my video. I'm providing a platform for it. I'm making it publicly accessible through my video. My video is the interface through which that asshole gets seen. And if he's going to do it impolitely to me, alright, rudely to me, then fuck him. And you're going to claim some sort of hypocrisy. So you point to the videos where I've taken that right, where I've presumed to have the right to fucking be discourteous to somebody in their video comment section. You show me that, you fucking cunt. And until you show me that, your accusation of hypocrisy is just a fucking slander. You're a slandering, lying, motherfucking pig. Fuck you. And that's why you're blocked, is because you are reckless with the truth. You're a slob, you're a pig, you're stupid, and you are naive. Anyway. Alright. Mendham has claimed that comments are irrelevant, yet spends hours blocking people. It doesn't take hours to block people, idiot. Blocking people is really easy. Unblocking people is what can take you hours. And I have gone to that trouble because of your little nags, because a group of you people nag me, so I unblock you fuckers, and what do? You just do the same goddamn thing all over again.
So yeah, those days are over. Once somebody's blocked, they're going to stay the fuck blocked unless they find some other way to do it. Some way to say, okay, could you just unblock me? I'll say, okay, I can unblock you. But otherwise, yeah, there's not going to be any blanket unblockings anymore. Nothing. Fuck you people. You're not worth the trouble. And now that I have my little toolbox thing, I can block people even easier, so it's no inconvenience whatsoever. And again, I didn't say comments are irrelevant. What I said is the comment section is of no use. It produces 1% value for 99% shit. It's mostly made of shit. Yeah, but I've never said it was irrelevant to my video. It's in terms of what it is. Like I said, I'm not going to provide a platform for some spammer and it's spam philosophy. If you're going to go on everybody's video and just say because why, and that's essentially all you fuckers ever do. Fuck you. You're just spamming. Including blocking people for commenting or favoring videos that he does not like on other channels or subscribing to channels he considers to be the enemy, which can be defined as any channel run by any individual who refuses to submit him or herself to his philosophy. Well, the fact that, yeah, I don't like racists, and I don't like assholes, and I don't like people who, like Raw Burrito the other day, he was commenting on everybody's video, every vegetarian video, he's commenting, chicken tastes good. He's just a troll, he's just an asshole, so yeah, he gets blocked. I don't care whose channel he's doing that on. It's crap. And I've blocked lots of people for comments about other people on my videos. He claimed that he is blocking people for their poor behavior. It's one of the most bizarre and hypocritical. Again, see, you're saying the word hypocritical. Again, where have I behaved the same way on somebody else's video? I'm allowed to have my own standards. You certainly have your own standards. I'm sure you have blocked some people, and they're based on your standards of conduct, which you will tolerate. Obviously, you'll tolerate conduct. You'll tolerate buffoonery, jokes, just absolute nonsense in your comment section. Well, that's your choice, okay? I choose otherwise. I'm not going to, why should I, like I said, I don't go on the internet. My videos cannot show up in people's inbox. My videos can't, nobody can know my videos even exist, okay, unless they come to them, essentially. I can't spam my videos on anybody, alright, but a troller, a little comment jackass, can force his presence in front of me. He can stand up in the crowd and heckle, okay, and so he has a responsibility to use that power responsibly. And if he's not going to do that, I'm going to call him on it. I'm going to say fuck you to that bullshit, because I don't do it to him. So when he makes his videos, he can have his speech. When I make my videos, I can have my speech, and that's the way it works. But, I'm not going to heckle on his. I'm not going to pour, barf on his stage, and I expect the same courtesy in return. And even if I don't get the courtesy, that's my standard. All right, and I'm allowed to have my standard, asshole, just as you have your standard. You're the one trying to impose your will on other people, you fucking asshole. And call it somehow freedom. Yeah, right, the freedom to live in a graffiti-covered, dirty, stinking pigsty. Fuck you. That's your choice, asswipe. Let's see. Given that he consistently rationalizes his own poor behavior and condemns others for highlighting his behavior problems. Well, again, we can all talk about what poor behavior is. I haven't lied about anybody. I certainly haven't. I don't make bold, grotesque accusations about them. I don't distort their content. I don't Photoshop them. So whatever. I don't accept your critique here. Again, it's not hypocrisy for me to have a standard and to apply it to people I'm going to have contact with. Why should I let somebody I think is a deplorable asshole show his little face on every one of my videos, put his little icon on my video? Why should I do?